Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I was going to go to sleep early, have a healthy sleep schedule, begin my day early, be productive. But there's something we need to talk about. And it's going to be a post. This time is not even a leak. People that posted it are claiming it to be legit and to be from the App Store, from the section this week's biggest updates. So in the Apple Store, in the section of this week's biggest updates, we are going to have a post from Injustice 2 Mobile where it is going to say the following. I'll also put it on the screen. When Titans brawl, it's you against, well, everybody in Injustice 2's new solo raids mode. In its first event, Dawn of Apocalypse, a grueling gauntlet of heroes and villains culminates in a final battle with Darkseid. Apocalypse fragments grant your crew huge health and attack boost, but will that be enough? So this is the post, as I have said before, it's already in the Apple Store, as people on Reddit are claiming, and I mean, it's on Reddit and people are claiming it's in the Apple Store and it didn't get downvoted. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Reddit, Reddit is a very unforgiving place. So if this was crap, it would be downvoted down to the earth. This is going to be a legit thing, and as I have said, it's going to be present in the App Store. Let's talk about what this means. First of all, in terms of release date, because it was posted in the App Store, I'm not 100% sure how the App Store works or how this section that they have work, but there are two possibilities. It's either a post for this week's updates, and in this situation it will come out today, or tomorrow, depending on what day it's for you. For me, it's Sunday. If it's Saturday for you, then it might come out tomorrow. Or the second possibility is that they are doing those posts in advance for the next week. So it's either this week, today in this weekend, or anytime the next week. And they are going to be careful how they balance it, because there will be also the 4th of July events during the next weekend, so they might not want to cross those things together. Anyway, we'll see about that, but most definitely it's going to be either this week or next week. Now, let's get into the actual post and let's see what does that mean. So, first of all, they are just saying that the solo raids are coming. They start with in its first event, and this is a very good thing to hear, because by them saying in its first event, it means that it will be an event-based mode. So let's say it will be something like Arena, where Arena has seasons. This is going to have events, and this is going to be its first event. It means that after this one event, this is going to continue. This is going to be a constant mode in the game where we receive constant events and constant different bosses to fight, and this is going to be an amazing concept, and I'm really glad about this. So how this might work in terms of it being made up of events? It either might be like Arena, where after you finish a season you are going to get another one right afterwards, or it might be like be up for a week, be down for another week, be yet again up for a week, and that's not that bad. That wouldn't be that bad of a scenario too. So very important thing, them saying it's first event, it means that there will not always be Darkseid solo raids. They will put other characters, and it means there will be a mode that will be coming back or staying constantly in the game and be developed on in the future. Then the fact that you are fighting a grueling gauntlet of heroes and villains culminating with a final battle. So we are fighting heroes and villains, and this is interesting because with Brainiac, we had a certain set of characters that we were going to fight. I think they were story accurate or something, and they were all villains. The fact that they say we are going to fight different heroes or villains might mean two things. Either they have paired up some characters against you that they have handpicked, or you might get randomized characters every time you do this. I would go for the first option, that they have pre-made teams. So this grueling gauntlet of heroes and villains is going to culminate in a final battle with Darkseid. What does that mean? It means that you will have to work your way up towards dark side. And because of those statements, I think this is going to work more like the Mortal Kombat towers rather than the raids that we have right now. Like in the raids that we have right now, in order to get to Brainiac, you'll need to beat 5 different bosses. In the towers in Mortal Kombat, you will need to proceed up a ladder, like beat one team, go up, go up, go up until you reach the top and you are going to fight the boss. And this is how I think this is going to work. A very important factor will be if it will be like Mortal Kombat in the way that the characters that fight in this one will not regenerate health. That is the way it is in Mortal Kombat, so the health you're going to lose, you're not going to get back in the next round. Something similar to Champions Arena, but there will be most likely much more fights. So HP regeneration will be a very interesting factor to see if it's a thing. If there will be no health regeneration, then characters like Shazam or Titan Armor Aquaman or League of Anarchy team will be very powerful in this mode because they have the ability to heal. And the meta of this mode will be heavily centered around teams that have the capacity to heal themselves. So that is yet again a very interesting thing to take a look at. Then we have the thing like the Apocalypse artifact grant your crew a huge health and attack boost, but will it be enough? So first of all, they say Apocalypse artifacts. This might mean 2 things. First of all, it might mean the rewards that you're going to get from this, or secondly, it might mean some certain buffs that you are going to be able to get as you progress through this in order to buff up your team, in order to make it stand up to the standards. This might be a pretty good way to kind of ease new players into this mod without it being too hard for them. At the same time, the worst case scenario of this is that the Apocalypse artifacts are going to be buffs that you can buy with gems or something like that in order to boost your stats in the upcoming battles. And while I'm not a very big fan of that, I don't see a huge problem with that. They'll keep it low with the cost if this is going to be the chance. So this was pretty much everything. So what does it mean? Overall, this means that we are going to get pretty damn soon the new update. Also, it means that this will not be something centered around Darkseid as a boss. Well, the first one will be centered around Darkseid as a boss, but it will be a new mode which will feature other characters in the future, other than Darkseid. And it would be very interesting to see how they are going to turn those characters into bosses. Though thinking about the comparison with the MK Tower, it might be a little bit of a disappointment when it comes to the actual bosses, because in the MK Towers the bosses are like just normal cards who are doing exactly the same thing that they would do if you were to play them, but they have their stats extremely increased. So if Darkseid is going to be a boss and this system is going to work in the way that it works in Mortal Kombat Mobile, then it's going to be rough. We are going to have those Apocalypse bombardments when he's not in the fight, if he will be at any point not in a fight. He will have that annoying shield, he will have armor piercing on his special 1, he will have power drain on his special 2. So that will be interesting to see. And another very interesting to see thing is how many fights you need to fight to get all the way to the top. If there will be different difficulties for the new players, for the intermediate players, and for the expert players, and if the health is going to regenerate. And yet again, it will be very interesting to see what characters they might put in the future. Like, this is an event about Darkseid, but in the future we will get events about other characters, most likely, considering what they are saying right now. So overall, very interesting news. I would love to see this game mod develop, especially because, as they have said in the past, they might they will give as rewards reforges and artifacts. So this might be just the breath of fresh air that the community needs and the game needs in order to get himself refreshed. The worst mistake that they can do with this is try to monetize it in a way, or restrict access to newer players by difficulty. So if they are going to avoid those 2 things, this thing can be only good for Injustice 2 Mobile, and I'm really looking forward to it. Who knows if it's going to be the day after tomorrow. I might even live stream me completing it from my secondary account. Well, we'll see about that. So this was pretty much everything I had for today. I'm going to end this video here and hopefully get some sleep. Thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, comment down below for any questions that you might have. Maybe subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.